but we actually saw giving away something, but not necessarily anything. So a lot of people would be like, oh, well, just give them away like $100 gift card for something, or let's give away like AirPods or something that everybody wants. Hey, what's up? How's it going? It's Joey with Rehab CEO. So what I'm going to do today is part of our daily Q&A. I'm going to answer a question. It's kind of really hitting two ends of it. So a lot of people, they run workshops and maybe people aren't showing as well, or maybe they want to go to a event or some type of thing where there's a bunch of vendors and you're wanting to have a way to get someone to come to your booth. The answer is going to be the same for both of these. So I figured I might as well group them together. So no matter whether you're going to an event or you're thinking about holding a workshop and you want to have an extra excuse for someone to show, I'm going to walk you through best practices and then how you can actually turn that into patients on the back end as well. So let's say you're doing a workshop on back pain, shoulder pain. It doesn't really matter. It could literally be for anything. One of the things that we typically look at is, of course, leads are pretty easy to get workshops. Then the next part is, well, how do we get them to show? So of course, outside of just being better at sales, that's a whole nother training in itself. We say, okay, well, how do we incentivize someone to want to show? And so after we've tried this across hundreds of clinics, we're like, okay, well, if we try this and we give away free stuff, it doesn't work as well, like for like a free screen, because like people don't know if they need a screen yet. We try to bribe them with food, which that's still actually, there's ways you can get that to work. But we actually saw giving away something, but not necessarily anything. So a lot of people would be like, oh, well, just give them away like $100 gift card for something, or let's give away like AirPods or something that everybody wants. And then what ends up happening is a bunch of people opt in that are never actually going to come, and they are not really interested because the thing you're giving away has nothing to do with someone who has pain or something that you could fix. And so what we found is massage guns do really, really well. You can get super cheap ones, less than $100. I mean, Walmart, Amazon, you get them anywhere. And people, if they've never had one, they don't know the difference between like a $50 one and a $1,000 one. And so go ahead and throw away what you think about massage guns, because I know some of you are like gung-ho with massage guns. Some of you are like, I'd rather die than do that. It doesn't help. Whatever you believe about it, you have to meet people where they are. And a lot of people inherently like it or think in theory it should work. And so we give this away as a door prize for anybody that shows up. So one, it incentivizes them to actually potentially win, because everybody kind of wants to be that winner. Like when the Powerball ends up getting to like $1 billion, like that's the only time I've ever bought a lottery ticket. So I'm like, I mean, it wouldn't hurt. So you kind of start to think about like how nice it would be. And so we want to put that in place to where we start to have that feel. And so it also works really good at some of these health events and stuff like that when you're showing up as well. If you're a PT clinic owner, there's typically only 3 things that are potentially going wrong in your business. It seems like maybe 5,000 things are actually going wrong, but it really kind of distills down to 3. So you either need more new patients, you need more profit, or you need more PTs inside your clinic. Sometimes you have more than one of those, but it's only those 3. And so what we really have looked at over the years with working with over hundreds of clinics, having multiple people go from startup to out of treatment or to one clinic to multi, all the way to our biggest having 11 clinics, we know exactly what works and what doesn't. And so what we do is marketing, coaching, and hiring for physical therapy clinics. And so what we used to do was, hey, we have this money back guarantee, work with us. If you're not happy, no harm, no foul. We realized though, realistically, no one was really asking for their money back. So we said, well, if our goal is to help as many people as possible, why are we putting friction in the process? So we said, okay, let's flip this on its head instead, because realistically, a lot of the reasons that people need to start with us is because they don't have money. So we said, let's do a 28-day free trial instead. Instead of you worrying, will this work? It's like, well, let's just try it out. If it doesn't work, no harm, no foul. You didn't actually risk any money. If you're tired of seeing my bald head by the time we're done, no worries, it doesn't matter. But you'll be able to at least go on a date before we get married, know if it works for you. So if that sounds interesting and you want to learn more how we can specifically work with you, just click the link in the description and sign up to talk to one of our growth specialists. Because again, it's very passive, it's very easy for someone to do, and it allows them to kind of get that little scratch that I'm finally doing something to solve XYZ. And so we do that, and a lot of you are like, okay, cool, that's not anything revolutionary. The cool thing about this is you give it away, of course. We want to make sure we're kosher with this, and we don't say we're going to give something away and then don't. But then what you do is you call every single one of those people afterwards, and you'll say, hey, it's Joey from Waco Physical Therapy. Thanks for so much for actually taking the time to come either to the workshop or to the event and stopping by. Based on everything, it looks like you didn't win the massage gun, but just so I have a better idea, what is it that made you decide to enter in for the massage gun? Because there's usually one of three reasons. It's maybe you wanted to decrease pain, you wanted to increase mobility, or maybe you just wanted to increase performance, or sometimes it's all of those. So for you, which one is it? And so what that does is normally, if you don't do that and you're like, what made you want to do that? They're like, I wanted free crap. And that's pretty much what you get. It's like, oh, it just seemed interesting. I thought it might help. Like, it doesn't necessarily always lead you down a path. And so in sales, what this is effectively boxing them into three categories. Sometimes we do this as like an actual, a double commitment question where it's like, do you want this or do you want this? Do you need more new patients or do you need help with hiring? No matter what, we probably help. And so it's like, is it improved performance? Is it increased mobility? Is it decreased pain? So that way you're like, hey, here's the only three logical things it could be, because it wraps everything that someone could want. Because someone who's pain-free is now performance and mobility. Someone who's mobility, you get the picture. There's only three options. And so this allows us to effectively come in and now put them into a bucket that we know we can help, and then we can start to dig. Otherwise, we kind of don't really have enough, and like it feels like we're really hardcore pressing, and that's where people start to think, I don't like sales. And it's because sales done wrong does not feel right. Sales done right allows you to do it. Because again, most people, when they're getting a massage gun, they're wanting to solve something. Like, I don't need another massage gun unless I think it's going to help with insert X. And so when you do that, that allows you to start to dig, and just like you normally would with someone coming in for physical therapy, it's like, well, what have you tried before? What are you hoping it could do? Where are you at now? Where do you want to be? What's making you actually want to solve this now versus later on? Like all of those type things. So then we can actually have a conversation and say, oh, while I think the massage gun would be good, I don't think it's going to be the silver bullet to solve XYZ that you've been dealing with for XYZ amount of time. And so what I did there is I said, it's not going to be the silver bullet. I think it's good though, because if we just say, hey, that thing's terrible, it kind of feels like you're throwing stones at the thing you were just giving away. So it kind of feels like a incongruency. Same thing you should say with your workshops. Well, I think the workshop will be awesome. I don't think it's going to be the silver bullet that's going to solve your shoulder pain that you've been dealing with for the last 2 years, especially knowing that it sounds like you're like at an 8 out of 10 pain. I'd hate for you to have to wait longer. So what most people do, and so you say what most people do, because it implies that that's the safe path. Other people have done it before. As much as we all want to be unique snowflakes and do all the other stuff and say we're the one blazing the trail here, humans will get you to where they want to go in the same path as everybody else because it's safe. Especially if you're going down the path like females typically are security driven, males are typically status driven, and you'll start to kind of be able to promote and push people into these buckets to where they feel comfortable with these decisions. Because the alternative is if they don't feel safe with it, they feel like there's risk. If they don't feel like they're making a smart decision, they feel like they're dumb. And so we can start to go into this identity type selling and making them feel like they're actually kind of making the right decision, which they are. Otherwise, we'd be out of a job. And so this allows us to have significantly better sales conversations. It allows us to kind of bridge that gap of where they're at. And you'll say what most people typically do is you come in, we can just kind of take a quick look at everything, figure out what's going on. And then from there, we can put together a custom game plan to kind of figure out what's going on and see what the best fit is for you. So hopefully this helps kind of walk you through the importance of this, how you should start to structure some of these things you maybe need to look into a little bit more in your business and stuff like that. If y'all have any other questions that y'all have across the board, again, drop school down below. We'll make sure you get into our community because we prioritize those questions first. Otherwise, drop your questions here and hopefully y'all learned something today, and I'll see y'all again tomorrow. All right, bye guys.